On a hot, gauzy morning of November 18th, 1978, 918 people lay dead within the heat of the jungle amongst palm trees in the Guyanese sun. A vat of cyanide-laced punch stood nearby. Discarded paper cups were strewn about alongside syringes used to administer the drink to children and to those who were forced to die. One of the dead did not partake in the poisoned drink and ended things on his own terms. Jim Jones was found with a self-inflicted gunshot to the head. The People's Temple began in the 1960s. This was the era of civil rights and the Vietnam War. People were desperate to belong to a community, escape racism and political turmoil, and find answers. They wanted to belong, and in People's Temple, they did. Jim Jones was an ordained minister from Indianapolis, Indiana, who eventually took his followers to California. He spread sermons of love and acceptance. He appeared to have all of the answers. Those who followed him and pledged their loyalty did so because they did not feel supported and connected with others. In turn, he became their best friend and their father. Jones eventually took advantage of his followers' trust and desperation. He isolated them from anyone else outside of People's Temple and abused them physically, financially, mentally, and emotionally. I understand why and how people like those in People's Temple can follow one man into another country to seek love, acceptance, and a supposed better life. I was 20 years old when I met my first husband. When he found me, I was at my most vulnerable. He gave me what I sought for so much growing up. He accepted me, and I was an outcast. He wanted me, and I was used to my peers rejecting me. He wanted to date me and have sex with me. No one wanted to date or even kiss me in high school. He made me feel special. I would have committed a crime for him. I would have moved across the country with him if he asked me to. Jim Jones made nearly 1,000 people feel special, accepted, and loved. If they were rejected by others and they saw him as their only hope, there was no doubt that they would do as he asked, as he commanded. Like Jones's followers, I relied on my abuser for emotional support. My love and dependence on him returned to me as bruises on my back, name-calling, and waking me up in the middle of the night to sit on me and pin my arms down. I knew it was bad, but I felt that he knew what was best for me. If this was a situation I put myself in, I had to bear it. This is why 918 people followed Jim Jones. Even if they felt it wasn't right when his love bombing stopped, they thought he still knew what was best for them, and, after all, he told them they were special. He told them that he understood them. They didn't think anyone else knew them like he did, so they bared with it too. Support and acceptance through others help people become less desirable to predators like Jim Jones. Healthy connections are crucial. In my situation, my family was on standby for whenever I was ready to leave. They were my first connection, and library books on abusive relationships were my other connections to the outside. Staying connected with others can help prevent the trauma of an abusive relationship, or worse, a one-way trip to Guyana.